there's less pressure on you. You know, like he's the one needing to fight in front of his hometown. The Brave Bantamweight belt is what I've been calling for the entire time because
So how are you feeling and how has been your camp so far?
you know, feels like I say this every time, but this has been the best camp to date. You know, we had plenty of notice for this fight, so we were actually able to build what I feel like is the most professional camp I've ever done. Just the integration of the coaching and the programming of my sessions. You know, I learned a lot of lessons from the last camp, and I think my performance showed in that fight. So some of the problems, there's a lot of life stuff too, but we have a better handle on all that stuff now, and so it's been the best, and I can really leverage off of kind of going from the worst camp I've ever had to probably the best.
So you had a good run in Brave so far. Like you won 2 fights and you got nominated for the best fighter award as well. So did you feel disappointed when you missed out on that?
I'm hyper competitive. Of course, I would have wanted that. I want to be the Brave Fighter of the Year. You know, maybe if this fight was in December, I would be. But you know, it is what it is. How they did the voting was a bit of a popularity contest too. Now he deserved it. Bogatinov won it, I believe, and he did deserve it. He had a great couple of performances. But yeah, like I would have wanted it. I would have wanted the opportunity to win it. If I would have been able to get a third fight in 2021, I probably would have. But it is what it is. You know, like I was pushing for that third fight. I was pushing for that December card, but I guess I had to get ready for a title fight instead. So pull me, but I'll win out in the end. You know.
So since you joined Brave itself, like you have been vocal about getting the title sometime or the other. So what was the first reaction when you got offered this title fight?
Yeah, I've been calling it for a long time. You know, saying one, I thought I was brought into Brave to be fighting for the title soon. You know, and I tried to make that undeniable after my first fight, which you know he's a finish and Brave 50 event. I was thinking it would be a title fight, you know, but maybe that wasn't in the card. So then I had to go prove it, and I know a lot of guys said no to fighting me leading up to the card in Milan, Italy, then Kazakhstan, and then we got Bayer Stepan, which is a very tough opponent. I think he's one of the best in the division. It's just unfortunate for him that he ran into me. Otherwise, I think he'd be up here too. You know, it's one of those where I came in wanting the title, and having it now is exciting, and it capping off a big fight week for Brave itself is you know, it has the Brave 50 kind of vibes to it, that same type of energy going in, and I'm excited for
So how's the atmosphere in SBG currently like with the whole preparation going on?
how's camp going?
Yes.
Yeah, camp's going great. My weight's in a good spot. I'm fit. I'm healthy and uninjured, which is a lot more than you can say about many fighters headed 2 weeks out from a fight. You know, so knock on wood. Hopefully that all remains the same. But you know, there's few hurdles to cross now leading into the fight. Things are, you know, starting to wind down in terms of at least risk, which is exciting on my end because I'm going, okay, I'm healthy. You know, there's not nothing crazy I need to do. It's just actually kind of clocking in, clocking out, workman mentality now and to the fight, and that stuff's easy for me. The training's never been the problem. It's been, you know, the intangibles and that have made it difficult for me.
So if you come to Hamza now, like what's your take on him as a fighter, and how do you see your skill matching up to his skills?
I think he's a very good fighter. He's proven he's beaten good guys. He's 11-2, I believe, so very similar record to myself. And he's good everywhere. He has power in his hands. He has good wrestling. Seems to have a gas tank. So you look at that and you go, okay, well, this guy's good everywhere. How do I solve that? Well, fortunately for me is I feel like I'm better everywhere. I'm more refined everywhere. I think I'm the better athlete, and I fought the better competition. You know, if you look at both of our records, it's pretty hard to deny that I haven't fought the better guys. You know, I've been successful against better guys. That that's undeniable. Now, I can say all this, but March 11th is where it matters, you know. And this isn't talking bad about Hamza. I respect him a lot as an opponent. Like I said, he's powerful, he has conditioning, and he's skilled everywhere. Like, but just when we're comparing the two of us, what do I bring? I think I bring all the same things. Just I think a little bit to a greater degree. And if I didn't, then I probably shouldn't be fighting, right? Like, I'm going in there to lose otherwise. So I'm confident in that, and their team's obviously confident in him as well, you know, especially with the power in his hands and the conditioning. You know, he's dangerous from the first round to the fifth round. So I need to be switched on, and that's one reason why I've taken this camp so seriously. This is a big fight for me. This is a huge fight. It's 5 rounds for the Brave title. That's what I've been calling for, you know. So I have a lot of respect for Hamza, and we'll see March 11th. And like I said, this is the best camp I've done, and we'll see on his end.
So this fight is happening in Bahrain, and the entire country will be behind Hamza for this one. So do you feel that any extra pressure on your shoulders to pull off the win?
No, I don't feel any extra pressure. Be it in Bahrain or not, you'd probably have that energy behind him regardless, because you know he's from KHK and Bahrain, and the promotion, the Brave. You know that's their home. You know, so there's no extra pressure. I knew I'd be getting these fights when I signed the contract. Oh, I was expecting to be getting these fights when I signed the contract. Them trying to pit their best against me, and that's what I signed up for. You know, so this isn't unexpected, and so there's no added pressure. In some ways, there's less pressure on me. You know, like he's the one needing to fight in front of his hometown. He's the one needing to deal with all the screaming fans. They can say whatever they want to me. If they're hostile or if they're supportive, I'll take the love and I'll brush off, you know, any hostility. But you know, it's once the old adage is like once the cage door shuts, it's him and I, and it's only so much that the outside stuff can affect you at that point.
So this is a huge fight for you, like you already said. So how much will this title win mean to you when you get hold of the title? What does it mean to you?
Capturing the Brave Bantamweight belt is what I've been calling for the entire time, because it means a lot to me to capture a world championship, and especially a coveted one like Brave's belt. I want to prove that I'm one of the best, if not the best in the world, and I've been trying to do that since my first professional fight until now. So, you know, as much as it's exciting and everything, it's still business as usual. You know, it's still, you know, me going in there to prove that.
So it's a stacked card as well. So apart from your fight, are you looking forward to any other fight on the Brave 57 card?
Yeah, there's a couple bantamweights on the card. Fellow countrymen of yours probably, Mohammed Farhad. He had a beautiful performance back at Brave. Was it 47, 48?
47.
Yeah, I remember watching it, and it was nice, you know. So it's always, it feels good to be having those guys underneath me, because maybe those are future title contenders, and who knows after this? That's definitely a potential. So I'm excited to be sharing the card and sharing, you know, the hotel and the space, and seeing these guys, sizing them up, but not in a hostile way. Just, you know, it's nice to see them, and then, you know, the plan is eventually defend my belt against them.
So going off a bit off topic here. So apart from Brave 57, the MMA Super Cup is also happening in the same weekend. So how do you see the format, and like who's your pick for the MMA Super Cup?
with the MMA Super Cup, I should probably be supporting Ireland, right? Like that's what I'm doing. So I don't really have a choice in the answer there. But the teams that are all in it are very good. I believe Ireland's going up against Russia first, which is always a top team. So yeah, like I think it's going to be an exciting week. It's nice seeing all the amateurs because those are the future pros. The guys who are successful here will be successful pros. That's no doubt about it. So I'm excited to have that going on fight week. For me, that's going to be quite nice. It's going to be exciting.
So coming back to your fight, if you had to predict this, how do you see the fight with Hamza going on?
It's hard to say. I just go back to what my coach says, John Kavanagh, and he goes, the opponent chooses how they lose, and that's pretty much it. It all depends on what Hamza shows up and, and if he's able to answer my questions. If I keep on tossing problems at him and he makes a blunder, well, there's a finish. Great. Easy, quick night. And I'm going to keep on tossing problems at him. There's going to be no shortage of problems getting tossed at him. And listen, if I can get over there, I'm going to get over there. It's going to be the main event, so it'll be late. I'm looking to be done. But he's a very skilled fighter, very well prepared fighter. So there's no guarantee in that. So we're ready to get a nice quick finish. We're ready to get a finish at the end of the fight, or we're ready to win a decision. We're prepared for everything at this point, and that's how I need to go in there. I can't be too attached with taking him out in the first 2 rounds or going the distance. I just have to be switched on from the opening bell until either the ref pulls me off or the final bell rings.
So lastly, what's your message for the fans and what can they expect from Brave CF 57 main event?
I'm just telling everyone, make sure you tune in. One, it's a stacked card. It's an exciting week of MMA. So if you are an MMA fan, definitely tune in for the amateurs and then, the Brave event to cap it all off. You're going to see these guys eventually turn professional. So see them at the grassroots level, see what talent is coming up, and then see what world-class MMA looks like as well when at this event. I think I'm one of the best bantamweights in the world, and I'm going out there to prove that. And I'm excited for the fans and everyone to see, how much I've developed since my last fight and over the past couple